Hello. Who's feeling the bite of the winter season? Because I certainly am. Oh boy. Oh man. I'm still gonna give it my all though. How are you guys doing? We're nearly at the end of the year. It's what we call Boxing Day in the UK today, which is a national holiday. I don't really know where Boxing Day came from. I think it was to do with like hunting or something, or like sports or whatever, but it's just a thing here. So I'm off today. I will start working again tomorrow. Oh man. I've slept too much, I think. I'm in like that hibernation brain mode. So I need to take care with that, man. There's sleeping too much can actually make you more tired. But anyway, we've got minutes of game today. Next minutes of game is probably gonna be on Tuesday next week. Actually, I think it is. I'm pretty sure it is. Let me have a look at the categories here. Yeah, next one is on the 2nd of Jan, so this is the last minutes of game of the year. I've actually, I tell you what I was thinking of is I was going to, and I'm gonna preface this by saying I'm not doing it. But I was almost gonna do like a best of minutes of game where I like rate my favorite games or whatever, or kind of rank them or do like a tier list. But the more I thought about it, the more I was thought, you know what, that's kind of a shitty idea, because I don't want to like put people's games above other people's games. I think I've just genuinely had a lot of fun throughout the year playing people's games. I wouldn't want to like measure the games like that, so I'm not doing that. I did think about it, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. Just because I don't think that's fair. I'm just gonna say any minutes of games I've played so far, I love them. Hey there, the Asami. Hey, SaraFuji. Hey, the Doc of Pepper. Ragnarok for Tuna Street. I think I've caught everyone, at least anyone that's not lurking. I'll move off the startup screen in a moment. The reason why I haven't switched off yet is because I am actually using display capture, so I'm kind of waiting a little bit before I share the screen properly. Yeah, creating a tier list may cause conflicts, and there's a chance that I could like miss someone or upset someone. Why is my cat meowing? Hi. Why is my cat meowing? What's up? My cat doesn't usually meow like that, so I'm just trying to figure out what's up with her. She was just sleeping, so I don't know if she had like a bad dream or something. What's up? What's up, lady? I've got to make sure she's okay first. I mean, she looks fine. She's just meowing for some reason. She was sleeping just now, so I don't know if she's had like when she has like a weird dream, she'll usually start talking. Just for fun, not serious. Hey there, not Don. I've been watching you play Senti, or Soleil. That's been really good. Also, I'm gonna shout you out, man, because I've been genuinely enjoying your shit lately. I don't know what's going on with my cat. She's like all over me, like she's really needy at the moment. Probably dreaming of Pizza Tower. Pizza Tower is good, by the way, and I say that as someone who doesn't usually like that style of game. Pizza Tower is actually pretty good. It's a lot of fun. You can play through it very, very casually, but if you're a masochist, there is like a harder way to play through the game. But yeah, good game. Recommend it. It has some banging music too. That I'm a big fan of. Oh my god, my cat's gone wild. Speaking of things that have gone wild. Tower of Babel is something. Oh my god, my cat is actually on my keyboard right now. So this is gonna be a super interesting. She's like hugging the mic and everything. She's just gone really huggy for some reason. I think she's had a bad dream or something. Sometimes she do that. She's very cute. Anyway, this is SaraFuji's game. I don't know how long this novel. This was submitted to the NaNoWriMo Jam, which was focused on making a complete visual novel. She dreamed of getting over it with Bennett Foddy. Dude, I don't think I'd ever play that game because it actually made me frustrated to the point where it wouldn't be very fun to watch. Oh my god, my cat! You see that? My cat just jumped on my keyboard. Right. So yeah, this is SaraFuji's game. I don't know how long it is, but we're just gonna run up to 3 hours. If the game turns out it's shorter than that, I will just finish stream because I'm very tired tonight. So I won't like start anything else or anything like that. Oh my goodness. Like she's going all over the keyboard, she is. Right, this is gonna be super interesting because as I said, my cat has gone. She's not going mental, like she's not running across the room, she's just being very huggy. She's just being very huggy after waking up. So this is SaraFuji's game. I'm not sure what your other projects are actually. Let's have a quick look at your other projects before we get onto this one. So you've made Portal of Phantasm, and then you've made Jungle Nation, which one thing I actually do like about this game in particular is that it runs in the browser. I don't need to download anything. Just don't skip dialogue, gotta fix that. Okay, no problem. That's fine. Me stalling here then is completely valid because we'll probably finish this in a good amount of time. Let's read the description then. So, it says, life is unfair, but that's the way it is. It's interchangeable, inescapable, two sides in one, constantly striving for survival. There are those who rise to the top and those who are picked off like cattle. I think it's about time we fight for our freedom, don't you think? But how can I fight and survive when I'm just prey? Jungle Nation is a visual novel with herbivores and carnivores living on the edge with one another, and the humans, that's another story. So I guess it's like a three-way conflict kind of thing. Maybe there's like, I don't know, there's like creatures that are at odds with each other, and then there's like the humans in the middle. Maybe it's like, you know what it made me think of when I was reading the description to this? It made me think a little bit of, what do you call it? Was it, not Spirited Away. Princess Mononoke, that's the one. Because they have like that whole war thing going on, except it's only a two-way conflict in that it's like nature vs like people. But in this case it's more like a three-way thing. Love the cats for Tuna Street. So we won't skip any dialogue, or we'll try not to do that. Right, my cat is she's still got ants in her pants, but she's not running over my keyboard anymore. So there's an epilepsy warning on here. Just to be aware. Just to be aware for those prone. Solo developed project made in RPG Maker MC. Demo doesn't have heavy violence. Got you. So is it like I imagine there's a complete version, or you're working on a complete version? Right, let's have a look at the options first. Oh! Hang on, it's a bit louder than me. Let me just turn it down. There we go. I assume these characters are both going to be really important. You know what? This music sounds like Cabal Online. I'm not going to lie. It's got that tone to it. Okay. Always dash on. just... Right, that should be good. The volume levels look good there. That's cool that you're working on a complete version, though. That means that you liked it enough to want to keep going. Yeah, they're the visuals of the character models, but you're redrawing your own. Hello. Can anyone hear me? It's blood splatter. Must have already died. I like the font. The font is very readable. Everything is how it should be. Life is unfair and dreams are lost. Those who are stronger, more clever, always rise to the top. Those who rise above the ranks are known as lords. They control the weaker species. Beasts who rely on instinct and humans who use strategy for survival. We are two. 2 in 1. And this is how it will always be. Life is unfair. Life is unfair. Life is hell. Oh, that can be more accurate. Oh, that's Vinehand ITC. I can see that font from a mile away. Not that that's a bad thing. I just do a lot of photo editing. Heya? Heya. Oh, I guess this is his name. Hiya? Hiya? I'm gonna say Hiya, because no. Heya? Hiya? Heya? Heya? How do you prefer me to say it? Heya? Hiya? Hiya? Hiya, wake up. It's like they're saying hi. Oh no, my cat's going for my keyboard again. Hiya. Okay, I'm gonna say that. Ow! Jeez, you actually scared me. I thought you were dead or something. You scared the crap out of me. Oh, this is me talking. I guess this is me. You scared the crap out of me too. Why do you think I face planted on the floor? No need to act so hostile. For a moment there, your expression looked like you're ready to tear me apart. Oh no, I'm gonna, where's Inazuma? Where's Inazuma right now? He would be having a field day with me playing this. I'm glad you're okay though. Daichi, I know just because I'm prey doesn't mean I'll shatter like glass any moment, right? I don't need anyone to hold my hand. I'm a big girl now. I can take care of myself. You know what's really interesting? I know this is going to sound really weird, but a lot of visual novels I play have like the self-insert is usually a dude. So for the character to be female, it's not something I normally see, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right. There was a reason I came for you, though. My irritated expression shifted to worry. Another predator? It's more complicated than that. Follow me. I love how Daichi has like a shit-eating grin. Like he looks like a bit of a. He's got like that bit of like. What's the word? He's got like a bit of a delinquent kind of attitude there. More complicated? What in the world does that mean? What could be more dangerous than a predator? Kicking off the covers as I rise up from the floor, I take a nervous breath and reluctantly follow my friend to the clearing. My cat is still here, by the way. She's still, like... She's not zooming, but she's just being very huggy. I didn't expect so many people to appear at this hour. It must be really serious. Is this kind of... This kind of gives me, like, Hunger Games vibes. Herbivores in all shapes and sizes gather to hear this distressing news. We can't see each other's true form, but we know each other by scent. Oh, so it is like a... what do you call it? Not a furry thing, because that's kind of the wrong way of putting it, but they're like actually like creatures and stuff. There are often times when predators try to sneak in, but that's another tale to tell. Hey, over here. Through the mask, I could see Daichi waving at me. The gesture was welcoming, and I felt a bit You know what's gonna be like a real mindfuckery in this, if it does happen, is... assuming that there are gonna be humans that do show up in this, it would be interesting to see if, like, I don't know, it's like, I don't know, they like try to like hide among them or something. It becomes Among Us, basically. Through the mask, I could see Daichi waving at me. The gesture was welcoming and I felt a bit calm. Accepting the invitation, I waved through the cloud to meet up with him. What the? It's a lady. All the humans have animal forms. Oh, that's cool. I collide with another face I haven't seen before. She's nimble and shaken. Just another trait of a fellow herbivore, I guess. Don't scratch my second monitor, kitty. Why does she keep staring at me? Sorry, this is gonna be me partially fighting with, well, not fighting with, but like restraining my baby every now and then. She's so cute. Also, I know this is a really small thing, but I kind of like the crowd shot here. I think that's a really nice way of like portraying like a low. This is gonna sound so dumb, but I'm like appreciating the simple shit, right? But I like really appreciate that they've just like you've done like a crowd rather than like detailing every single person kind of thing. Because sometimes it's better just to convey it that way. I can get lost in details and work on stuff I don't necessarily need to a lot. And this just reminds me I just need to condense my shit down. I have been mesmerized by cats. I'm being conquered by cats. Maybe there's a cat in this game. Just like that, she runs off. Great. Seems like there's a lot of commotion today, huh? Oh no, she's on the way to the screen. I'm gonna try and read. Hey, you okay? You seem a bit more down than usual. Just a typical normal day for me. It's gonna be an Among Us. There's probably gonna be like a wolf here. Or something. I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna chew you up. Is your sire gonna be showing up? You don't have to be so formal. Sire sounds so regal. Well, it does fit. You are a deer, after all. And you're the spunky gazelle I've come to know as a good friend. Okay, good. It's not like a scaly or something, because Inazuma would tear me apart if he saw me playing this. And it had like a scaly as the main character. I give a soft chuckle, though the spite remains. Does everyone have to remind me of my breed? Yeah, that's kind of breedist, man. You know, a lot of times. Oh my god! So I'm like trying to read behind my cat. You know, a lot of times you don't even act like a herbivore. Is that a bad thing? Crap! I let my thoughts slip out again. You don't have to be insecure about it. I believe you're special. With the chosen one. Special how? I think they're starting. I don't know what's up with her. She's kind of like being a bit wacky. The crowd disperses in opposite directions, making room for the leader of the sanctuary, Sire Solus. Noble buck who uses wits to protect his herd from danger. Ah, yes, a crowd of, what you call it, I say this in the nicest way possible, but a crowd of Genshin Impact fans are like a herd. They're like a stampede almost. Cat sabotage square checked for the 3 extremes. Pretty much. His intelligence has saved many lives. Utilizing his knowledge, we have the advantage of advanced weaponry. Holy shit! Just imagine like deers with guns. That's crazy. To defend ourselves. Sometimes I wonder if he's bold enough to take on Phantom himself. Ugh, I can't even think about that name without remembering that day. If it wasn't for Solus, I would... May I have everybody's attention? The murmuring causes... oh, I can't read today. The murmuring ceases as Solus readies his report. I have news to share with you all. Over the past winter, more predators were desperate to salvage fruit to survive. As you know, some have attempted to sneak their way into our beloved sanctuary. Now, as spring arrives, we haven't had any report of predators infiltrating this building so far. We got zombie deer at Yellowstone. Dude, zombie deer sounds like amazing. Like, that sounds really badass. Like, imagine, like, zombie deer in a game. That'd be crazy. Happy holidays to you, squirrels. With that said, now it is time to act. I wonder if there's a squirrel in this game. That would make Squirrel happy. What does he mean by act? He couldn't possibly mean. It's time for us to rescue those in the Citadel. Did I just hear that right? Is Solace really going to save the herbivores from that hellish Citadel? Going to the Citadel is suicide. I hear they treat herbivores like slaves and breed them to produce more food, like some kind of slaughter farm. Dude, what if this is gonna turn into, like, some kind of, like, I don't know, like, insider thing? We can't stand up to the carnivores. We may have stolen some of their artillery, but that was pure luck. Oh god, we've been stole from them. They're gonna murder us now. This art is good. Is this yours? It's really good. I know it's hard to believe, but I'm sure we all play a part in this. We'll truly be free of Phantom's reign. Then we will strike. I could tell his composure was fading. Even if he is our leader, he's still a herbivore. The thought of him being doubted by so many of his own people who have trusted him with their own lives, made me sick. And how many people will volunteer to the suicide mission of yours? And the children! Someone please think of the children. We can't all waste our lives for something so risky. Did he really not think this through? A leader has to be wise and strong. We can't rely on someone who doesn't have a thought-out plan. Dude, there's gonna be a mutiny. Person may be right, but Solus is still brave enough. He wants to help us. Why can't they see that? I think, to be fair, it's probably like a Pyrrhic victory. And if you've never heard of the term Pyrrhic victory, it basically means you can succeed with something, but the cost would be so high that it's not really worth it, even though you win, if that makes sense. Tell us, what is your plan for infiltrating the Citadel? You don't have it figured out? No matter how many guns we have, we can't stand against Phantom. We would be stupid enough to even set foot there. Right, enough is enough. I can't just sit here and watch this train wreck of a meeting. Tell us, who would be brave enough to go outside the gates? I bet my right hoof that we would die quick by hyenas. If you're so brave, Solus, why don't you go? Because he has someone like me to count on, you assholes. Eat the vegan person. I'm pretty sure they're all vegan. All eyes shifted towards me, their heads turning in my general direction. Me and my dumb-ass mouth. Dude, that sounds like me on a normal day. Daichi stares at me with a pitiful expression that only boosts my confidence. Aya, what are you? Swallowing my fears, I boldly speak my mind on the issue. I agree that it's wishful thinking, even a dangerous one, but let me remind you something. We wouldn't be standing here today if Solus hadn't come along. We were scavengers ourselves, always hiding in fear that one day we would be devoured. So, do you think we could at least lend a hoof to this suicidal mission? The herbivores at the Citadel have it way worse than we do. Today, you said so yourselves. Do you want to abandon them? It seems like it was working. Those skeptical eyes were still shifting towards Solus. Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned the word suicide. I mean, anything can be food at least once. It's entropy, man. She's right. Oh, it's this lady. You... The predators are bold enough to raise us like cattle. How long before they decide to infiltrate the sanctuary? And then, we wouldn't be safe anywhere. Oh, dude, what if it's like an Attack on Titan situation, man, where they're just like, they're just basically in a pen ready to be, like, destroyed by everything outside. I'm surprised how many people grew silent. She had a point as well. If we just sit here doing nothing, they'll strike first. By the way, I've only seen the first season of Attack on Titan, so I don't know anything past that. So, if that actually ends up being the case, I'm sorry for just randomly sort of talking about something, an ending to an anime I don't know. Back to Bed Too Strong. Alright, good luck with Bed, Centaurio. Should we really sit around doing nothing or fight back to survive? Let those thoughts sink in, everyone. Solus, full of confidence, repeats what the mysterious girl next to me had said, ridding any insecurities and worries he had festered in his mind. Life is unfair, and the stronger will always win. If we don't fight back, then all will be lost. As always, Solus was right. Life is unfair. I always chanted those words in my head since arriving here. I think it's time we together become strong and overthrow the predators. It's time we became the hope every herbivore was waiting for. Are you with me? Oh, that clap in there. Everyone had worked out, or everything had worked out. It seems that we'll have to prepare for the worst now. It can only get worse before it gets better. But the thought remains. Will we really be able to defeat Phantom? Thank you for redeeming nothing, Fortuna Street. I have yet to see it to believe it, but I would give anything to not see. Your name is Heya, right? Oh wait, that's not Solus. Heya, that's your name, right? Or Heya, I should say that correctly. Yeah. In that case, I look forward to seeing you when you are free from this pain. What? My name is Chio. Remember it, Heya. Predators can be dangerous, but the lone hunter will be merciful and your demise will be quick. Did she just say... She runs off without saying another word. She's the Among Us sus, isn't she? Or maybe it's being deliberately set up that way, and maybe Solus is actually the Among Us sus. All the while, that happy expression on her face remains. The hell just happened? Was I told I was just going to die? Was she crazy or just sick? She had to be joking. Forgetting the people around me, I didn't notice Solus approaching me. I really want to thank you for... Are you alright? What am I supposed to say? What can I say except, who was that girl? Do you know that girl with the blue dress? What girl? You mean Chio? Chio is a newcomer. Oh! Sus. Species test results indicate she's a normal... How do they know this wasn't rigged? She could have been faking it like a drugs test. She is very shy, however. Barely talks, the poor thing. Dear, this is so sus. I wouldn't want to force her to go into a dangerous environment because of her shy composure. About that, I'm curious about the mission. What's the first step to act? Right, to the point as always. If you follow me, you'll find others who will accompany you on your first mission. First mission? Your speech out there made me realize that you have the capabilities of a great soldier one day. You may lack the confidence to survive, but with training I believe you are ready, if you so accept. This was all too much. Do I really have it in me to face predators up front? Herbivores like me are weak. We're supposed to run. Furries is 1, 2. I don't have a furry VTuber model yet. And I likely won't. The hell? What am I saying? I can't let my instincts get the better of me. The thought of being called prey or even food makes me sick. It drove me to fight back. I only got my confidence back because of you. Of course I'll do it, Solus. Thank you, Haya. Haya. I look forward to working with you. Okay, so I'll give you a rundown of what's happening so far, at least in the way that I understand it, squirrels. So these people, they're like animals in like human form, basically. Like that's the whole plot, and they're like in fear of like the carnivore people, like that are gonna kill them. But apparently these guys have like really strong weapons, so I don't know why they just don't just use them. But like they're like by nature they're not aggressive; they just defend. But yeah, they're just suggesting that they attack them or what have you. Bloody raw. You got several furry MCs, dude. Like I feel like it's really important in video games to have like loads of races and stuff like that because I think that's really cool. I mean, you can have vanilla ice cream humans and elves and dwarves, but you don't really see too many like other things. Bloody Raw? I don't know what Bloody Raw is actually. I've heard of it, but I don't actually know what it is. I actually don't even know if it's a game or an anime or both. Remember the words? Oh, two in one. Oh, two in one. Okay, so they're both. Okay. So they're more like lichens? I guess so. Imagine a movie just about like a weredeer. It'd be kinda unusual. Is this an RPG Maker game or no? This is an RPG Maker game. This is definitely RPG Maker. Sarah's the game dev. Yeah, dev in chat. Dev is in chat. This game was made for a game jam, by the way, and it is complete, so that's pretty cool. By the way, where is Daichi? Huh? He's right. He's gone. That's strange. I'll go look for him. Have you seen the is it called the Velocipaster? It was such a bad movie. I had to stop watching it like halfway through. But it's such a fucking like memed on movie. I had to stop watching it halfway through, but the idea is hilarious though. Where it's just like about like a were-raptor priest. So dumb. But yeah, I couldn't watch all the way through it. It was kind of what's the right word for it? It wasn't even so bad it's good. It was like trying to be like too serious. I feel like if it had like played into more of the humor of it, it would have been better. It's more of a story based RPG. So yeah, there's some text. Yeah, it's a visual novel. Visual novels have a lot of dialogue. I can't believe this. I found Daichi sulking to himself, just staring at the wall. Strange. What was he mumbling about? Why would he tell them this now? Giving them false hope and confidence when there's worse things at Hey! Hey, what's up? Cut the nice guy crap, Daichi. What are you talking about? Why'd you run off like that? You can't just show up and leave. Solus was concerned about you. He didn't seem worried at first. Sorry, I just have a lot on my mind right now. You and me both. I try my best to sympathize with him and see what I can do to help. Daichi. Don't, Hyatt. Please don't. I know you mean well, but you can't fix everyone's problems. You don't owe anyone anything. Need more lycanthropes not based on wolves. Dude, okay, I'll tell you one that I really thought was cool. In Guild Wars 2, if you played, what are they? Are they called Nord? Or am I? No, I'm thinking of Skyrim. What were they called? They were like giant people, basically, and you could pick like your patron animal, and you could have like you was it like werebear, there was like werewolf, and then there was like wereraven. I was like, fuck yeah, wereraven all the way. Um, But yeah, need more variety. But I think wolves are just really popular. So I think that's why that's the go-to. Yeah, more variety, man. What problems do you have, Daichi? Eh? It's not something you could solve. Is it about you and Solus? Well, whatever it is, you can always talk to me about it, okay? Sure. Predators can be dangerous, but the lone hunter will be merciful and your demise will be quick. Her words echo through my head. As the hollowed winds grew more and more heavy, so did my courage. I know you mean well, but you can't fix everyone's problems. You don't owe anyone anything. What did she mean? I didn't have the courage to tell him what I agreed to, but should I have? No, he would have worried too much. Where Raven sounds baller, it does. It was as cool as it sounded. My heartbeat quickened as I realized the noise was outside the sanctuary, somewhere far away. A wolf's howl can echo for miles. Those damn wolves, always howling at the moon. What's the point of that? Yeah, same, to be honest. Strangely enough, it was like a spell lulling me to sleep. Or maybe they're going to attack or something. Stupid predators. Stupid, sexy predators. And with that, I succumbed to the wolf's howling spell, unable to stay awake. 2 days later. You sure you're ready, Haya? It's now or never. Alright. What's that click noise? Welcome to the outskirts of the sanctuary. My name is Marrow. I'll be your advisor from what we'll be dealing with from now on. This is the predator's hunting ground. As you can tell by the smell, their stench is all over the place. There are certain smells you have to avoid. I can tell you right now, you'll be experiencing hell at first glance. Welcome to the after party. I know this is kind of like very random bringing this up here. But like, my imagination, without playing the rest of this game, my imagination is flaring up with like an Oregon Trail styled game with characters like this, and that would be really cool. Like, you had like a map you traveled to and then like events happen that you've got to deal with. Were-dragons. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty fucking cool. I mean, technically speaking, if you want to see hybrid dragons, there's plenty in the Breath of Fire series. Breath of Fire 3 and... Breath of Fire 3, 4, and 5 have like hybrid dragons. You're giving me ideas. Yeah, like, my ideas are flaring up here because, like, I think about a game that, like, no one's played called the Dark Eye series, or the, Realms of Arcania. And in those games, or at least in the first 2 games, you would have to, like, chart a path, and during the path, events would happen, and those events could sometimes be, like, good events or bad events, and it would be dependent on what you had equipped, right? So I went through a swamp with my elf. I had a forest elf, and he went through a swamp, and one of the events that triggered was he lost his pants in the swamp. I'm not joking, he lost his trousers in the swamp. So he went over to the orc camp butt naked. He went and he watched, while butt naked, he watched, his warrior friend solo the orc chieftain and win. And by the time they went on to their next adventure, because the next adventure happened immediately after, the characters had returned to town. And because he was in town, he had no pants on, so the nanosecond I left the inn, people started throwing stones. And I realized it's because he still had no pants on. They were throwing rocks at my party, and they were taking damage from like, singular points of damage because this guy had no pants on his ass. Yeah, it's a game called... Okay, so it's a game called Realms of Arcania Blade of Destiny and Realms of Arcania Star Trail. When you move on from one game to the other, like, your characters are set from where they finished up. So I went from, like, the orc camp to the inn in the next game, and my guy had no pants, and he got attacked. Game design. I'm talking about a game where you will travel the map, and if you do not have shoes equipped, you will take singular points of damage because you don't have shoes equipped. Which makes sense. If you walked around without shoes on your feet outside, you would, technically speaking, if your health had values, you'd take singular points of damage. Couldn't you buy pants? I mean, I could buy pants, but when you're leaving the inn, you've got to then move to the armory shop. So you're still gonna get stones thrown at you. Were shrimp? Dude, were shrimp sounds amazing. Were skeleton? Oh, dude, that's like isn't that a zombie? It's basically a zombie. Oh, do you really have to call it that? It's a mistake. Party for who? The carnivores? Quiet. Now that I have everyone's attention, why don't I start with the quiz? Anyway, massive diversion, but I thought I'd talk about it because no one really talks about the Realms of Arcania series, so I just brought it up because that's where my brain is firing off in regards to this game. Now that I have everyone's attention, why don't we start with the quiz? You there, you seem dumb enough to speak out in front of an angry crowd. Why don't you go first? I could tell he was talking to me. Damn, this is going to be more challenging than dealing with a predator. Question 1. Do all beasts in this world have human attributes as well? I think all. Wrong? All mammals. Birds, fish, and reptiles don't have human forms. Oh, man. What's the name of the jaw or throat of a vicious animal? More? Correct. And finally, what's the most dangerous predator in the world? Why are you all staring at me like that? My heart plunged in my stomach. I couldn't breathe or talk. Because what was behind him? Is that a bear? Ready your weapons! I could hear Maro commandeering the frightened soldiers. Some new, some old. Was this really happening already? So I read what you wrote, not Don Knotts. The reason I'm not reading that is someone will clip that out of context for absolute certainty if I read that, and then they'll just, and then they'll say I'm a furry. Hey there, Draken Toothless. Am I really gonna die like Gio said? I felt a force weigh me down and a sting lingered on my cheek. Ow! Someone just slapped me. Pull it together, damn it! The stranger grabs my hand, his right shoulder slinged under a large backpack. So Zephyr— No! I would never clip such a statement. Okay. Then riddle me this. If I'm that, where is the furry VTuber model? Yeah. Think about it. Follow me. I could feel my heart ripping apart as I catch my breath. Seffi, you want a fusion dance with a furry hero? What? Like, I don't have a model like that. Destroyed. That was close. You were right. I think Hai is getting off lightly compared to me today. No, I'm not alright. By the way, I just want to let you know I have nothing against furries. I think furries are great people. They're like some of the friendliest people you'll meet. Also great people to commission off of because there's the saying that goes that that furries are very wealthy. They're great people to commission from. Furry VTuber model is in the folder named Meta Revelations 3. What are you talking about? Kind of furry, but the SFFW type. That's the best type, to be honest. No, I'm not alright. Why did you decide to hide in a cave of all places? Bears love living in caves. Shut up. Now's not the time to start screaming. No matter where we are, we're most likely screwed. I need your cooperation if we want to finish this mission. He sets the backpack down, revealing all kinds of arsenals and traps. Wait, was he really preparing for this? Abandoning his teammates and carrying out the plan? You know the plan, right? The plan was to capture a lower rank carnivore. Nothing too dangerous, but crafty. I'm sure they couldn't expect a bear to wait at the outskirts. I really hope everyone's alright. They're probably getting bodied right now. Yes, I remember the plan. But there couldn't be more carnivores on the way. I doubt it. Male bears tend to hunt alone. No one cares for a lone hunter in these parts. Lone hunter? What's with that expression? Nothing. It's nothing. You gotta trust me if you want to survive. Solus instructed me to guide you through the city. He said you need to witness facing the predator firsthand, but it wasn't supposed to be like this. Wait, is Solus really doing nothing, or is he actually doing something here? Where Saiyans? Wait, I mean, technically speaking, aren't Saiyans like monkey people? Like, aren't they? Every single person who has watched DBZ, by that logic, would be a furry. But they're not, because that's copium. On the full moon. Wait, what if they're on another planet? Saiyans are were-monkeys. Giant apes use hyper beam. I've actually not seen DBZ. Like, the closest to DBZ I've seen is the abridged series. My name is Pom. Is he a Moogle? You're higher, right? Yes. In that case, welcome to your first taste of hell. Now, let's catch us a predator. Oh, gonna play Monster Hunter now. You haven't finished reading Super Sit Still in the air. As we trekked through the caverns, there was no scent of predators, just the sound of falling water and the smell of moss. Doing okay there, Haya? Yes, I'm fine. Good. We need you in top shape if we're gonna catch one of these bastards. Oh yeah, speaking of bastard, right? So I started playing Pokemon Scarlet on PC on emulator. And I wanted to know if the profanity filter was working in that game. So, like, legit, I'm not joking. Give me 2 seconds. Like, I'm not joking. Check this out. Is it still open? Check this out. Actually, I don't know how to view my character in this game. It's been so long. But, the original trainer name is Bastard. I was like, is the profanity filter working? Okay, it's not. So yeah, that's interesting. Anyway. I was like, speaking of bastard. I have the mentality of a 5-year-old. Of course they did. They wouldn't have agreed to it otherwise. We don't waste our lives, Haya. We save them. It seemed so easy back then, just talking about them, the predators, and now I flinch at the word blood. Make the Pokemon gigantic mode on the bike. I literally started playing it, replaying it again for mods. That's why I started playing it. The amount of windows I have open. Okay. I'll tell you. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Hang on. Okay, so it's mostly Pokemon. I have Mix It Up open. I have Voice Mod open. I have VTube Studio open. I have OBS open. I have Streamlabs open. Those are all stream required. I have Google Chrome for the stream manager, Discord, because that's kind of important. I mean, Steam, I need that for VTube Studio. So, I mean, the only tools that things that shouldn't be open is probably Pokemon, but I'm going to play that right after stream. Why is this stream avatar together with VTuber Studio? Wait, what do you mean, stream avatar? Stream avatar? Wait, what do you mean by that? You mean this? This is me being captured by VTuber Studio. That's literally what's capturing me. Welcome to the club. I've been fighting against predators since I was young. Also, I'm really sorry I accidentally like skipped some dialogue here. I did not mean to do that. No, I need mix it up. I need Streamlabs chatbot. Otherwise, without Streamlabs chatbot, you don't get adventure. Without Streamlabs chatbot, you don't get adventure. Without mix it up, you don't get the bonk or anything like that. Without Steam, you don't get VTube Studio, so you don't get my VTuber model either. Without voice mod, you don't get the sounds for the notifications. So, yeah, you kind of need. Who's a flying pixie? I don't know. It's like a mascot thing. It's not being picked up in any way, shape, or form. It's just there. I don't know why it's there, but it's VTube Studio is actually amazing. If you want to go into like doing VTuber stuff, VTube Studio is free. It's on Steam. That's why Steam is open. But yeah, basically a lot of the stuff I have open is actually required for stream. Anything that isn't required for stream, I can't even bring this up because it's gonna, well, it's not gonna dox me, but I'd rather not bring it up. I have an event viewer. An event viewer monitors like when stuff crashes or goes wrong. Fachina's Pixie Fairy. It reminds me a lot of Fachina's Pixie Fairy. Right, let's keep going here. Me too, I guess. Didn't Solus find you been wandering the streets? Must have been hard. He has no idea, and I don't want to remember. No, it's better if I don't say anything. I have to muster up my courage. Hei's just like a big suppression fiend. Here's the way out. As we walked a little more in the open, we decided to take shelter in an abandoned building. This game almost feels like it could benefit with like almost like a choose your own adventure kind of style thing. Nice job on the demon slaying squirrels. Alright, let's go over the plan. He sets down a rope and some kind of switch with sharp points representing a carnivore's mouth. Now, I know it would have been useful to use the trap in the first place, as this trap can capture a bear. Well, why not use it at the bear we saw? It's too dangerous to hold a bear in the sanctuary. It would take 50 tranquilizers to subdue a raising beast like that. The steering. We're looking for something small, like a cougar or even a fox. Is it really supposed to be small? By the way, weird question. This is gonna be like the dumbest question I've ever asked on stream, but are there foxes in the US, or are they just like a UK thing? I think they're in Europe, but like, do foxes exist? Like the traditional red fox, do they exist in the US? You think there are foxes here? Okay, interesting. Because I know, like, there's desert foxes and stuff, but, like, the actual, like, traditional fox, like the red one. You do have foxes? Okay. Yeah, it's a really dumb question. I actually genuinely did not know. The only thing I'm glad that we don't have in the UK is... what is it? Is it house centipedes? House centipedes do not exist here in any way, shape, or form, and I'm glad that they don't. We have foxes, but maybe not like yours. Is it really supposed to be small? I don't seem to smell anything like that. There is a smell, but it's faint, and it's something I haven't smelled before. You're right, we should be on guard. But anyway, we are going to have sentries on either side to survey the area. Now it looks like we're all alone on this. That's why we're going to ask you to do a very dangerous thing. I'm not sure about this, but I feel ready to face what's to come. If you see a predator worthy enough to capture, I want you to lure it here. Why me? Don't be scared, you can't freeze now. In fact, the weather's on our side. It's about to rain. I hear thunder. Exactly. Rain dulls a predator's senses. They will not even expect this. Bear VTuber waifus. You have to be within their eye range to make this work. You can't run too slow or too fast. Do you understand? Oh boy, it's a Final Fantasy XIV side quest. Yes. Good. I'm counting on you, Haya. We all are. A lot of responsibility crushed me like a large boulder. I couldn't tell if I was scared or bursting with anticipation, but I was shaking uncontrollably. Right on schedule, the rain arrived as promised. I wonder if anyone from the outskirts made it out alive. But for me to be the bait, is that all I'm worth? Wait, something was wrong. I could feel it. Someone was here watching me. Calm down and keep walking. Keep walking. Keep walking, keep walking, keep walking! I love that laugh though. Run! I couldn't stop, I can't stop. I can hear their footsteps close by and their mocking laughter. I was scared. I couldn't hide it. I was scared. There needs to be like a line in this game somewhere. It's like, yes, run. That's all you're good for. Hey D7, how you doing? I hate being prey. I hate being an herbivore. It should be a herbivore. I hate everything about my basic instincts. Run. That's all you're good for. How you doing, D7? I'm glad you're enjoying adventure. Fortuna Street hired crusaders. I don't know where I was headed, but I had to make my way back to Palms somehow. I took a sharp turn to the left. I'm starting to lose them. I can't breathe. Ow. Just like that, my fate was sealed. Hayo got PK'd. The death that waited for me finally arrived, but something was wrong. Why am I still alive? Eat the animal chasing you. Fangs gripped my throat tight. I could feel the trinket bloods. Oh boy. Also, this art is really good. The predators who were pursuing me stopped in their tracks at the sight of a wolf and his catch. Stuck in the situation between predators, I was waiting for the wolf to clamp his jaws down and finish it once and for all. Hey there, D7. Yeah, is it... The MC is a deer. If you are the one to end my life, the one to set me free from this world, I have one request. Kill me quickly. To be continued. Wait, that's it? Interesting, okay. I mean, the art at the end was really cool. And like the people art in the middle. Like, I like your art. Your art is really cool. Ah, shit. I'm sorry about that, man. I actually wasn't I didn't hit sneeze because I wasn't expecting it to end. So they die at the end. There's so many questions. The wish list will be available on Steam April 2nd, April 2022. Wait, is it on Steam? I thought it was really cool. I assume the wolf... Yeah, the wolf is the character at the end. I wonder... I've got an idea. Now, here's my thought, right? I think... the wolf is the woman. What if the wolf is the lady character? Chia? Chia? I reckon Chia is the wolf person. It's not released yet. Understood. Let me go to Steam. See, there's VTube Studio. Right, if I go on here, jungle. I guess it doesn't have a listing yet. What is bloody raw? Trying to release it on Steam, but don't know how at the moment. I can't show you it. I can't show you the process, in particular. But there is something called Steamworks. I assume you're already aware of that though, right? Steamworks. Oh, it's showing my name on there. That's awkward. Steamworks. That's Steamworks. Yeah, you just upload your game on that. Before you used to use like command line to upload your game, but you don't need to do that anymore. You don't know how to get the build from RPG Maker. Let's help you with that. You're using like MZ or MV, right? But yeah, I really enjoyed the game. I need to talk about it a little bit more here. But I really enjoyed the game. I thought the idea is interesting. Like, a lot of games just have human characters. And I think the way that you did that was kind of interesting. A lot of the game made me feel like wanting more though. Like, finding more about Solus and Chia and Pom. Like, what Pom's deal was. And, maybe I like more choices as well. Right, so you go deployment, don't you? Yeah. I would always I'd never check this. So when you want to deploy your game, you just go to deployment. Do Windows. And never check exclude unused files because it messes up a lot of stuff if you do that. And then you can encrypt stuff. I would always recommend encrypting it if you're using Visuseller especially. And then yeah, you just set a location. Never check what? Never check exclude unused files. The reason why you want to do that process manually, it's not gonna consider your plugins when you do that. So if you use like a Mod Hunter plugin and you check exclude unused files, it's gonna exclude your Mod Hunter stuff in those folders. So you don't want to do that because otherwise your game is just gonna flat out not work. What you want to do is you just want to manually optimize your game and then just test play it like a normal person. Can Zephyr's pet lobster perform a lobotomy on a zebra? That's a random question. Look at my whispers. Wait, which whispers? Is it on Discord? Or is it on Twitch? Oh wait, no, that's to D7. I'm dumb. I'm very sorry about that. I am a dummy. But yeah, this is Jungle Nation. Very cool. Sarah, how do you feel at some point we play this? I'm not gonna do it today. But, this game, this Portal of Phantasm one, is this one that, that you would be okay for me to play one day? You'd like that. Okay, what I'll do is I'm gonna add this to a collection. I think I have this under minutes of game. If I add that, then that's on the list there. I'm not gonna do it like right away or even in February, but we'll look at like March or something for this one. The only thing is, feel free to remind me about this kind of thing because I'm really bad at remembering. But yeah, in terms of doing more games tonight, I'm probably. I know it's only been like an hour, but it's likely that I'm not going to, just because I've got work tomorrow, and I'm thinking about it a lot, so I'm just gonna use tonight to chill. I'm also very tired. Don't be scared, Heroic Zephyr. I'm not scared. I'm not scared, D7. What's stopping you from playing this? Thank you, Sarah. Again, the one thing I'd love to see the most is seeing more of your art, because I've seen your DeviantArt page and you do some very good stuff. You do. And I'd love to see that reflected in your. I know you already work on it, but I'd love to see that reflected in your projects a bit more. Sarah has not finished the game. I believe they're still working on it. But yeah, on stream. Yeah, we finished the demo. We finished the demo. The Asami said, I like the genre. Yeah, would recommend D&D World, White Wolf for those who want to know more about RPGs and werewolf stuff. Oh yeah. No worries. That's fine. In terms of other games, I haven't been sent a demo yet, but I need to ping Harlequin because next Tuesday, I'm playing, I think, Harlequin's game, right? Let me go to Discord. I'm gonna do the one thing I hardly ever do on stream. But, I mean, it's okay because it's my own server, so I know the stuff on here is fairly vetted. But if we go into the events panel on Discord. So there we go. So I pulled up Sarah's game. If I go onto the event panel here, the next one is going to be Dungeon Rummage Origins. So I need to ping Harlequin about a demo build for that for next week. So yeah, Harlequin's game is going to be next week. It's going to be on the 2nd of January. Also, I don't know if you've ever considered doing this, D7, but you can set up, I don't know if you can do it in your server, but you can set up events like this, and it will let people know in their time zone when your podcast is. I just set up the same exact thing every time, but I just incrementally increase what it is. But yeah, we're going to be doing Harlequin's game next week. Then after that, I'm not sure what we're doing after that, because it's gonna be what have I got on my list here? Let's see. I always write notes here because I forget all the time. Look at this. Look at this. Windrider's gonna subject me to this next time I play their game. I'm just gonna. Oh yeah. So I know Killer Coco wants me to play Night Marina? Yeah, he wants me to tell him in advance when I'm gonna host it. It's always 8 p.m. GMT. Well, I'm gonna aim for that, unless I'm on like a late week or something. And yeah, Santori is gonna have stream number 69. He is. You're not gonna play the game where the guy has a weird NSFW quote? Even if someone never told me that something like that is in a game, Windrider, if like someone gave me a game and didn't tell me it was an SFW and then it had like a line like that, I would just stop playing it immediately. That's what I do. I don't even read it. Because the thing is, when it comes to doing minutes a game, when I play people's games, I do put my channel at risk. Just because the content that people make for indie games isn't as regulated as like content for like a standard industry level game. And because of that, like you are taking a risk. I mean, you take a risk when you walk out the door. You could trip on the pavement and fall over and hurt yourself. You can't like avoid that kind of risk completely. Otherwise you'd never do anything in life. But if I ever came to a point where something like that occurred, sometimes I will watch a playthrough on YouTube if there is one. If there isn't one, I will actually, like, if I don't know the game very well, I will actually play about 10 minutes of it before I stream it. But if I for some reason go quite far into it and then I suddenly run into something like that, I'd just close the game. I'd probably also delete the VOD as well. I'd have no trace of the VOD if that happened. And then we'd just pass on to whoever the next person is. But yeah, that's gonna be kind of it today. What's Santorio's game? I actually don't know what Santorio's game is. Santorio's gonna have to remind me what his game is called, because I really have to apologize. I don't have a very good memory. My memory is awful. It is really bad. But yeah, D7. I was almost gonna do like a minutes a game best of this year, and I decided not to do it because I don't want to. I'm not like D7. Like we have our own formats, and in minutes of game, I don't rate people's games against each other. If that makes sense, like. D7 has his awesome D7 score, and I think it's awesome. But one thing in minutes a game in particular is I try to be just a little bit more reinforcing. It's a little bit like my college teacher from when I was in college. She was very like reinforcing, because the one thing that she didn't want people to do was quit at what they're doing. But she would still give like critique and stuff like that. But she would always end off on something fairly positive. So like when someone came away from the project, they're not completely discouraged, and it makes them want to keep going. So that's just my format. That's how I do it, and that's why I feel like that's my own niche. You got some hate mail yesterday from a guy, and boy are they mad. I feel like if you send hate mail to someone who reviews your game, I feel like that actually says more about you as a dev than it does about the person reviewing your game. Because you have to remember, like, even Harlequin, by comparison, like, Harlequin is quite. I wouldn't even call him a harsh critic. Like, when a gamer, like a quote unquote gamer, plays your game that's not in the RPG Maker circle, they're not going to be as kind. I think as far as things go, I think Harlequin is like one of the kind of people who approach games and things like that. I feel like it's just very important to just keep like a very professional relationship with people that are looking at your games if you're a game developer, because if you get like salty or you get upset or anything like that, you just gotta kind of. It can hurt sometimes, man. You've spent years and years on your project or whatever, and then you have someone like break it down in 5 minutes. Unfortunately, that's the reality of it when it comes to it. But and not everyone's the same. Like gamers will complain about the most random stuff, man, and not all feedback is valid. That's one thing to remember. Like, remember that you are making the game for yourself, but at the same time, it's one of those things that it's like if I had like someone tell me to quit, that just makes me want to keep going. It really does. I'm very petty like that. They mentioned Red Genie. If you send mail, I mean, if you send hate mail, it says a lot about you. If you send mail that's like, I don't know, that's like more positive, you know what? It's much easier to complain about something than it is to actually say something positive. That's why complaining can be a bit of an echo chamber. And the reason why is like psychologically your brain is set up to like it's got like your brain like psychologically has like a thing like a trigger set up in it that's like kind of fight or flight, and then when it's being told it's wrong or it's not doing the right thing, it's more reactive to that than to like something reinforcing, because like your brain is like now in that uncomfortable state and it needs to get out of it. So that's why it's so easy to complain. It's like just by human nature we are just more attuned to complain. So when someone says something positive, that actually takes a lot of effort to do, and I always appreciate and I always value that, because your brain is deliberately keyed to not necessarily do that all the time. So whenever someone does say something nice or they leave a nice review, I'm always like, "You're awesome," because it's very hard to do that. Well, it takes more effort to do that. Um, sorting good and bad feedback is important. One thing I tell people to do when you're working on a project, no matter what it is, if you're working on a project, if you ever get like when you get like feedback on your project, if you get any positive feedback, save it somewhere. Just save it somewhere. Like get a folder on your computer. Now, if you don't have this right now, do it. Get a folder. Just call it like positive feedback. And any like comments you get on your game or any like clips or videos, just save them. Put them in there. And the next time you come across, like, I don't know, a review that's getting you down, or maybe you're feeling like, why am I working on this? This feels so pointless, blah, 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 blah. Just go into that folder, and that'll make you want to, that'll give you your energy back. I promise you. You have like 30 gigabytes of saved streams, including all of Zephyr streams. That's such power. Is that like your Valorant playthroughs? That's really fucking cool, if so. Listening to Seth's morning ritual speeches as he gets ready to work, you listening to customers. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, some of the advice I actually, like, give in stream is actually pulled from, like, my work. There, I supply it in a different context. Like, I tell people, like, when they're giving good feedback to me at work, I always, like, acknowledge them. Like, it's important to acknowledge that feedback, and it's like, okay, okay, that's, I really appreciate you saying that because XYZ, and yeah. Optimistic feedback folder. No, don't say the only time it would be worth like saving. Well, I wouldn't even say save it in that way. Like, if there is like, if you're getting a lot of feedback about the same thing. Now, I'm not talking about the odd comment saying your game sucks, go seppuku. But if you get like the odd, like, if you get like a common theme of like the same problems, like, I don't know, like the story is kind of slow, or the grammar is kind of off, then maybe in those cases it's worth just getting like a notebook or a hacken plan or something like that, and just write that in there. You don't necessarily need to save that comment in particular because that's going to open wounds, but if that's like feedback you're getting and you're getting it quite a lot, then as like a common theme, then that could be something to work on, or you could just ignore it. It's up to you. I'm not going to tell you how to make your own game. I say at the end of the day, make the game that's fun for you. Thank you for the head pats, by the way. I appreciate it. I just realized Mix It Up is not logged in though, so but thank you. I'm gonna just wow. Escalated quickly. Right, let me just have a look at chat here. I'm just having a little look. You do keep the bad ones, although you don't look at them very often, if not at all. Oh my god, your game sucks, go seppuku. Here's what you can improve. Yes, this part sucks. Makes a huge difference when you give feedback. Yeah, the issue is, your normal average gamer doesn't usually leave comments like that. Because they're just the normal average gamer. Like, if you look at like Steam comments or Steam reviews, one thing that can really steal yourself is to go into any Steam community discussion. Any Steam community discussion. Let's pick a random game from my library here. Right. Let's find a random game here. Gotta pick any. Let's pick I'd pick RPG Maker, but that might hit too close to home. Let's go. Just click on. Let's just tap on Warframe. I haven't played. I'm not ever playing Warframe again. But like, if you go on to what is it like the discussions for like any like game, this is the type of stuff you're gonna get. Like, this is in like this is gonna be in everything. It's like there's either like common themes like this, like it's like when people write critique, they won't really write critique constructively. They'll just say, "Oh, this sucks. This is kind of garbage." But if there's like a common theme, then obviously, yeah. I've not played Warframe for like five years at this point. That's really bad. And then there's like, yeah, there's just like really like in any, yeah, like I'm banned, blah 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 blah, da da da, crashing, blah blah blah, and it's one of those things where it's like it's your average gamer playing your game. It's at that point it's not the RM community typically speaking. It is just like gamers on Steam. So rather than worry about that, expect that it's gonna happen no matter what. And you're like, now you're expecting what's gonna happen with it. How are you gonna deal with it? If you already know it's gonna happen, and you know how to deal with it when it does happen, you're much less scared of that type of feedback. And that's how I kind of deal with it. That's for like people who are a little bit worried on how to deal with feedback in games anyway. You're waiting for cross save. Fair. Man, I would love to play Warframe again. The problem with it is it takes up too much of my time. Time is finite. I've already spent 10,000 hours in MZ, and that's mostly with just the client open, not doing anything, so that doesn't really count. But still long enough in MZ. Oh my god, I'm losing my composure here. Anyway, that's kind of it for me, really. I just went on a big tangent about dealing with feedback in your games. I kind of just like when someone says something. Basically, what I'm saying is, if someone says something mean about your game, don't let it get to you. Just keep doing what you're doing. But I do still sprinkle that positive feedback because I think that does matter, and that does affect if you're gonna finish a game or not. Because it does count. If there is something very standout in your game, I will talk about it because I don't want you to hurt yourself. Spelunky. I love Spelunky. I don't want you to hurt yourself. Like, if there's something genuinely I can see improving, like Ebenside was an example where the thief class was just really underpowered. Like, I went with the black mage, and I was absolutely going off, killing everything, left, right, center, absolutely overpowered class. But I'd had a miserable time when I started playing thief, and I had to reroll like immediately because the thief was so weak. And I had to say something because I felt like it was important to say something there. But at the same time, I still enjoyed the game. But yeah, I feel like that's really important to talk about. If you played Spelunky's web version, Spelunky is great. I promise you, Spelunky is awesome. Hey Moogle, we're nearly done here, but we were just going off on a massive tangent about game feedback and that general kind of stuff. Also, different players like different gameplay. For example, D7 loves grinding and hates romance. Nerd loves romancing and hates grinding. You can't please both. You can't, exactly. You can't. So Wind Rider kind of has it perfect. You can't please everyone. So don't try it. If you try it, you're going to end up with... You're either going to have a game that's like horribly like it's going to have a feature creep in it, or the scope's going to be too much and you'll never finish. Or it's just like it's just like never gonna be done, really. So instead, I feel like the most valuable takeaway is just make the game that you want to play. Make a game that you would want to play, and then at least at that point, if you're working on a game you want to play, you're more motivated to work on it and see the end result of it, as opposed to a game that you have zero interest in. Because I know if someone asked me to make a shooter game, I would be miserable. I would never finish it because I'd only get so far in it, and then I would just like I'd burn out. Um, who doesn't love games? I mean, you. I mean, I don't recommend it, but the just chatting category says otherwise. The real fame. Twitch is a very different website to what it was 10 years ago. Um, best advice for any media. Exactly. Make the game you want to make, and then the love will follow. That's why that's why I was able to work on Ring Spirits for 10 years, because I was genuinely passionate about it. I was genuinely connected to what I had like put together. Zephyr lesson moment. Need a piano, smash keys. But yeah, that's kind of like I feel like it's valuable. Maybe one day I need just like a game dev talk stream or whatever, but I kind of just thought it was a good time to talk about it since this game was kind of it was kind of short. Um so yeah, hopefully that helps a little bit. I'm gonna save this VOD. One thing that you can do on Twitch is you can manually highlight VODs, and when you do that, the video will stay forever. So I'm gonna highlight this VOD. I'm gonna add it to the episodes channel after stream. And I'm going to chill for the rest of the night. I'll probably play a bit of Pokemon and then go to bed for work tomorrow. Twitch matter. Yeah, have a Merry Christmas. Also, I need to just say, this is the last stream before the new year. I said at the beginning of the stream. So you guys have a really good new year. I don't know if you've got anything planned. But yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. No game dev. I don't have time. Squirrels. I don't have time. I've got work tomorrow and I'm really like it's on my mind at the moment. And when it's on my mind like that, I can't work on game dev. But I will be. I'll probably set up a stream at the weekend for game dev. I know you really want to see that stuff, Squirrels. So stream with New Year's countdown. Right, I'm gonna actually finish stream now. I meant to do that like 20 minutes ago, but I felt like the discussion was really important. So I'm going to find someone to raid today. Sorry, there's no like outro music or anything. Who is around today? Blah 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 blah. Who is around? Oh, there's someone called Omni24. Let's read him. He's doing like RPG Maker stuff, so